Now it's time to press buttons and talk with Manky and ProZD.
Let's look at that knife.
Ew!
Oh no,
That's so
there's
yucky.
blood all over there.
It's the weapon that was used to kill Mr. Faraday. The handle and the blade itself both have beautiful designs worked into them.
Look, there's even a flower-shaped design on this gold section here. If this hadn't been used as a tool for murder, I'd want it for myself.
And even if it has, I still want it. Yoink! She seems to be drawn to the embellishments. Too bad this isn't mine to give. Also, I wouldn't give a knife to you, of all people.
Why? I love knife.
What the hell? Why not?
But like the back of... Oh, switch. I can't believe it turned into a key. Papa lied to me. To think there was such a trick to this thing.
So the weapon used to kill Mr. Faraday is actually the key that Yatagarasu stole. This piece of information is more critical than anything we've learned up until now.
Wow. Frankly, I'm shocked.
Mr. Faraday only mentioned the key aspect of this piece of evidence in his organizer.
This was the one thing I believed all my life.
It's possible that even he had no idea the key was hiding a knife blade inside.
But if that's true, then only someone who knew about the key to knife trick could have killed Mr. Faraday.
Even among law enforcement, this key was top secret. We're looking for someone who knew even more about the key than even Mr. Faraday, meaning that the only person it could be is the one who sent the key in the first place. The great thief Yatagarasu!
Then maybe Mr. L really was the Yatagarasu. And he was the one who killed Mr. Faraday. Isn't that one possible scenario?
No, not really, especially since Mr. Faraday...
Fuck you, why are all my scenarios wrong?
...was absolutely convinced that Mr. Rell was not the Yatagarasu. Besides, as Detective Bad said earlier...
But when we questioned Rell about what was sent along with the white card, Rell had no idea what it was.
I see. Alright, then I guess the person who knows the trick behind this key is someone else, and that person is the real Yatagarasu.
It seems that this key is truly the key to solving this case.
That wasn't funny.
I thought it was
Even a little bit.
It was a little bit funny, at least.
No, it wasn't funny. Okay, all that was the key. Let's look at the gun.
This gun, it was originally used to kill the Kodopian embassy staff member. When the crime was reported, the responding police found Mr. Rell still holding it, which led to his immediate arrest.
And then, this gun took the original shooter's life. How ironic.
Indeed. There doesn't seem to be anything else we can learn from this piece of evidence. It's a gun, goddammit. That's odd. We're short one piece of evidence. And the piece that's missing is the surveillance video that was played in court.
The surveillance video? How could a piece of evidence just disappear? Where did it go?
The video.
The video showing the moment in which Mr. Rell committed the murder.
Where could it have gone indeed?
Are you done with your inspection of the evidence?
Yes, I'm finished. However, Your Honor, I am missing a single piece of prosecutorial evidence.
Your Honor, were you derelict in your duties?
What? No, I dare not lick my duties. What do you take me for?
No, Your Honor, the most important piece of evidence in today's trial.
Oh, Judge.
The surveillance video is not amongst the evidence you laid out for me.
But I brought Mr. Faraday's whole bag with me from the crime scene. Maybe the tape is still somewhere at the crime scene?
There's something wrong here. Something about this missing piece of evidence. It would appear that for me to find the answers I seek, I will have to pay another visit to the scene of the crime, Defendant Lobby Number 2.
There's this guy again.
Hey.
Hi, guy.
Hi, Guy.
Hi, guy.
That's Detective Bad. But who is he with?
I've never seen that officer before.
So did you find it?
No, not yet, and I've looked everywhere.
I see. Well then, please continue with the search.
Understood. I'll continue the search. So you're the one running the show. Prosecutors like you shouldn't even be allowed at crime scenes. How dare you? Just who do you think you are? No, you'll never know.
Not even gonna answer.
You'll
Jesus.
never know, bitch.
That's a power play.
What was that all about? And who was that man just now? Well, it doesn't matter. I don't think that'll ever
Whoever
matter.
he was, I'm sure he'll never show up again. I've never seen a more impudent officer in my life. Let's go talk to this cooler officer. This detective.
I am pretty cool. Does he even know that we're standing right here behind him? I know you're standing right here, right behind me. What do you want, kids? Ah!
It looks like you were paying attention after all.
I'm looking in a goddamn mirror.
Oh, that's a good point.
Of course I was. I have eyes in the back of my
Well,
head.
no, you had a mirror at that time. I see right through your trick.
So that mirror isn't for vanity's sake. It's for him to keep an eye out on who or what is behind him at all times. So tell me, Detective Bad, who was that rude man just now? The guy came here from the Republic of Zhangfa to study. He's Agent Lang. He's trying everything he can to revive the lost honor of his family. He's traveling the world to study different philosophies of detainment from scratch. By visiting various police departments around the world, he has a lot of dedication. He's still just a rookie cop, but I sense a strong grudge of some sort from him. The guy's more useful than Gumshoe, even if he is rude.
Jeez. Well, he sure has a lot of guts to come to this country and give prosecutors a hard time.
I agree. However, I can think of one young lady that statement also applies to. Anyway, what was that agent looking for, Detective Bad?
Earlier, that little girl was poking around in lobby number 1 as well.
Like I said before, it's got nothing to do with the two of you. I highly doubt that it has nothing to do with me. Fine. If this is the game I must play, then I will take this opportunity to draw out what he's been hiding and what happened in this room straight from him.
Okay,
Detective Bad.
I'm gonna get on top of you here.
Earlier you were in lobby number 1 and now you're here in lobby number 2.
How did you get here?
You are quite the busy man, Detective Bad. Multiple returns to a crime scene brings about success. That's what we detectives say. I see. In that case... Sorry, you wouldn't mind if I asked about what happened again, correct? I don't have anything left to say to you, boy. Boy, you'll see I will draw my answer from you one way or another.
You little baby. Would it kill you to help us even a tiny bit in your investigation?
I gave Faraday's notebook to the judge earlier. That's help enough, don't you think?
Arng.
Please, we are asking you for just a bit more of your cooperation. Don't push me, kid.
I'll push you.
I'd like to ask once again about what happened around here at the time of the crime. I refuse to answer. Any more investigating you do would be a waste of time. Besides, how am I supposed to answer questions about things I don't know about?
Things you don't know about, but aren't you supposed to know everything? Aren't detectives people who know literally everything?
He should. Wait, is it possible detectives don't know everything? Maybe he doesn't know about the trick behind that piece of evidence. I should try showing it to him. It may prove to be the key. We're getting some answers from Detective Bad.
That was really funny, Miles Edgeworth.
Thank you.
Would it be the key or the knife? I guess the knife has the, yeah.
Detective Bad, did you know of the existence of the item in this photograph? Of course I did. It's my job to know everything related to the Yatagarasu case. In that case, let me ask you something. Did you know that the knife that killed Mr. Faraday and this Yatagarasu's key are one and the same? What? That's impossible.
It looks like he didn't know after all.
This piece of evidence, which we call the Yatagarasu's key, is actually a well-camouflaged knife. Mr. Faraday was planning to use this Yatagarasu's key to prove that Mr. Rel was not the real Yatagarasu. Isn't that correct? I guess so. However, Mr. Faraday had no idea that it was, in fact, a knife.
Yeah, I have to admit, neither one of us knew that fact. And if neither of us knew, then no one in law enforcement knew either. How did we miss something as big as this?
I noticed that since a little while ago you appear to be searching for something. I presume that this key is what you were searching for.
Yeah, that's right.
And why were you searching for it?
Because I promised Faraday. I promised that I'd protect that key with my life. But after he was killed, the key disappeared from Faraday's evidence bag. Who would have thought that the key is what took Faraday's life?
Detective Bad, so that we may find the truth, please testify for me once more.
All right. But it doesn't matter how many times I tell you about what happened. Nothing will change.
Well, tell us one more time.
Well, anyway, Detective Bad, I ask that you please testify once more about what happened in lobby number 2 and what you experienced in lobby number 1.
My answer is still the same. And this is the last time I'm going to do this.
That's fine, because I only need this one last time to clear everything up and find the truth behind this case.
Truth battle.
Truth battle.
Detective Bad's movements. We don't need to know about that. That's private.
I was in lobby number 1, talking with you.
With me?
We were, I'm not even going to acknowledge those anymore. We were talking about some trivial things. I heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to reconvene. When we heard it, you and I immediately dashed out into the hallway together. I saw Gumshoe goofing around there, and then we all ran into lobby number 2.
It sounds like the exact same story he told us before.
Indeed. However, I feel that we have yet to draw out all the information that we can.
So you want to, like, press or something?
Oh, I'm thinking we press something.
You want to press around? What are you talking about? Talking about some trivial things, heard the gunshot.
That's all we already know that. This.
Yeah, this seems very...
Hold it! I was hoping you could expand on what exactly you were discussing with Ms. Yu.
Trivial stuff. It was nothing important.
That's for me to decide. Edgeworth beam.
Bad beam.
Your
All
beam's
right,
not
I suppose
strong
that's for him to decide, because his beam is stronger. Moving on, then.
You'll have to work on that beam.
Give me a couple years.
I have a vape instead of a beam.
Okay.
Heard the gunshot right before I was about to...
already knew that.
You and I
Okay,
immediately
press
dashed
this.
out into the hallway together.
Hold it!
Holding hands, best friends.
And why did the two of you dash out into the hallway holding hands straight away?
Because we were best friends and we clearly heard the sound of a gunshot. And we knew it came from somewhere nearby.
And how did you know that it was a gunshot?
In my line of work, have you seen the fucking bullet holes? You hear enough of them to know.
Guess he would know what a gunshot.
I suppose it's only natural for a detective to know what a real gunshot sounds like.
But given the circumstances, the only person I could think of whose life would have been in danger was Faraday. That's why I ran out into the hallway right away and headed for where he was.
So Gumshoe goofing around.
Okay.
What was Gumshoe doing?
Hold it!
What do you mean goofing around?
Detective Gumshoe was there in the hallway?
Yeah.
Why didn't you attest to that earlier?
When I saw Gumshoe, it was after I had heard the gunshot. Having seen him then didn't change the fact that he still could have done the deed.
Ugh. It sounds exactly like what Detective Bad told us before. However...
Is there something in particular we should be asking the detective about?
There just might be. No one knew that the knife is actually the Yatagarasu's key. Reflecting on that, perhaps there are other things that we know now, but Detective Bad doesn't yet. Yes, that should be my mode of attack.
Okay. Things we know that Bad doesn't. Talking about some trivial things. Heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to... did he hear the
Maybe the balloon? Try
balloon thing? Yeah.
Hold it! Although the judge said it was 20 minutes before.
Yeah.
Until you heard the gunshot, did you notice anything else that was out of the ordinary?
I didn't hear any other strange sounds until that gunshot.
If the gunshot Detective Bad heard was really the one from the murder, that would give that other piece of evidence an entirely different meaning. I ask that you please amend your testimony with that statement just now.
Sure, why not? I don't give a fuck.
Didn't hear any other strange sounds.
balloons!
Yeah, you didn't hear any kind of
You did not hear a single balloon?
like a popping sound. Balloon
Objection!
piece.
Detective Bad, does this balloon fragment remind you of anything?
A balloon.
A balloon? I don't know. I don't like this game. It's the same color as the one Kay was holding.
My game is great. Oh, so you knew about this girl's balloon?
Yeah, I was sitting with her up in the gallery. During the recess, just before we split up, I filled that balloon up for her.
Well, as you may have already surmised, this piece did indeed come from Kay's balloon.
So, what about the balloon?
I wonder if you might remember hearing this balloon pop at some point?
What are you getting at?
This fragment was found in the hallway right in front of lobby number 2. Furthermore, it was the sound of this balloon popping that the judge mistook as a gunshot.
Oh, so the sound that the judge heard was not actually a gunshot, huh?
On top of that, His Honor said that he heard the balloon pop about 20 minutes before the trial was about to reconvene.
Yes, which means that His Honor heard the balloon pop in the hallway when you were in lobby number 1, Detective Bad. And if you were in lobby number 1 at that time, you were close enough that you should have heard the balloon popping as well.
So?
What? Don't give me a so.
We just proved that there's a flaw in your testimony. Now give us accolades.
So, the crackling of the truth is louder than the sound of your sweet naivete cracking.
Oh shit, maybe next time we'll crack open a can of truth.
Damn, this guy's a stone cold fucker.
Yeah.
He's just like, what?
Doesn't give a shit.
So what, bitch?